Hello, I'm Leslie. I invite you to step into the world of miracles through the pages of the Galactic Chronicles, through the stories of the 13 soul families and their stellar abodes. In the Galactic History Chronicles of the 13 stellar nations, we meet the great, holy, and blessed beings that we are on the stages of creation's mystery plays. We who are, we, dressed in the costumes of the 13 colored destiny paths to play the celestial and earthly roles we have undertaken. Come with me to meet the Unicorn Nation. In the stellar language, the name of this soul family is Augmentara, keepers of the dreams of creation. The great divine mind dreams aspects of creation. The cosmic human, the human, is a dreamer who has dreams. Nothing can be created without dreams. There's a process. The dream appears, the dream grows inside. There are questions about how to achieve that dream. There are many answers. Some are followed, some aren't. But at some point, the dream and the questions and the answers bring the dream into creation. Tara means I am. Tara is the unicorn. See yourself mounting Tara's back. You are the rider, the I am, and the rider's name is always a mystery, a hidden secret waiting to be revealed. Tara allows you to dissolve into the indescribable gentleness, yet at the same time powerful creative dynamism of her being. And as you dissolve into Tara, this stellar pathway suddenly turns inward. Each cosmic motion occurs inside. You become the path. All these stellar worlds are initiating stations and schools for our unicorn soul particles. And these stars give us great clues for how to ask the questions and find the answers and manifest the creations that enable us to reveal ourselves to ourselves, to find the I am that I am, which is nothing less than the original destiny plan our soul set out to unfurl. Tara, our unicorn, will be our guide. She will take us to the given stellar worlds and initiate us. We will be travelers going through our spiritual development on these specific worlds while she waits. She'll take a little rest at each place, observing closely and becoming our guard. Tara is the eternal witness. She is our spiritual guide along this journey. The quiet, compassionate master presence that is a witness to all our experiences, to all the gates and processes of creation. And while we as riders seek ourselves and want to experience ourselves as a face or a dream of the god and the goddess, we're enriched by the experiences of our journeys with Tara, so that we can someday return home with all that we've gathered as our crystallized spiritual essence to the source's chalice of creation. When a soul spark steps out of source to form a new individual consciousness, Tara takes it into the sanctuary of Algeti. Algeti is a high vibrational 8th dimensional star. It is a creative swirl of light. And when Tara brings us to Algeti, it starts the mystery play. Because for the real understanding of life, we cannot stay mere observers of life. We must burn through ourselves all the feelings, the thoughts, the sensations, and spiritual messages of being experiencers in life. Algeti is where the encoding takes place. It's as if the keys of a spiritual path, the star signs and unique spiritual qualities, fall into our existence here. They project into our soul and heart like living beams of consciousness and endow us with the power and wisdom of the ability to create. This is where we ask our very first fundamental question. Who am I? Who shall I be in the sky of the universe? The echo answers inside in the stellar language, translated. The answer is, I am the pathway of the living light drawn in the sky. I am the dream of creation. I am the power of the creating motion. I am the bridge. Tara then takes us from Algeti to Fomalhaut. Fomalhaut is the cradle of the unicorn nation. It's a 7th dimensional stellar world, and it's full of all the beauty of creation, the magic of deeply colorful lights, the smells of exquisite scents. And there's a secret here. In the heart of the Star Island, in the mystical garden, there's a little golden glittering lake. And this lake is actually an extremely sensitive mirror. It's a cosmic, ever-seeing lens. And you can watch here as Tara deeply concentrates her consciousness. And then a picture unfolds in a moment of time. And the mirror of the lake is filled with images. Distant worlds reveal themselves. And we understand that this is such a living cosmic reflective surface where the complete galactic life sphere, the whole light body of the Milky Way galaxy, became visible. We can nearly evoke and accurately sense what processes are going on in the inner worlds of different celestial bodies. Tara passes her wand over this lake and draws signs of light, and this evokes worlds far away, and creation comes into motion. Fomalhaut is also the place of presenting questions. We learn here the mystery of proposing spiritual questions. We learn to ask the questions that search for the motivations in our lives. Here we obtain correspondences and revelations. Our time and soul particle on Fomalhaut catalyzes our high vibrational soul powers. And from here we can set creative dreams for our own life or for any other world. On the earth level, we have so many dreams, but sometimes they don't serve our destiny. From this level on Fomalhaut, Tara and our soul as rider can see exactly what is necessary for healing and awakening. We can get guidance from some Fomalhaut. we can get the highest celestial perspective on what we should create. And we must know that the process of creation can only be induced when the keepers of this garden, sensing divine will, make connections happen. Next, Tara takes us from Fomalhaut through the stellar world of Akru. Akru is a seventh dimensional star. It's one of the 4 stars in the Southern Cross, or the Crew constellation. And these 4 stars are principles of creation, divine principles of creation. Akru as divine love, Bekru as divine law, Gakru as divine mercy or grace, and Delta Crucis as divine will. So here with the Crew, Tara coming through launches creation through the stellar world of divine love. It's really special to understand that the Crew constellation, the Southern Cross, is a sensory lens. It picks up dreams from the galaxy and sends them back to the sensing lake on Fomalhaut. And it's also really special to know that the Crew constellation is part of and a creator of a great galactic level 7th dimensional communication network. And through this communication network, the wonderful cosmic energy flow and mystic connectedness between each sphere of life is realized. This happens over invisible, ethereal, stellar fields and channels. We now gallop on with Tara, leaving Akru and coming to Delta Monoceratosis. Here we come to a mystical mirror land. Riding along, we come to the edge of a body of water, and looking down, the rider and Tara see a reflection of themselves. Seeing this reflection, the soul realizes, we realize, oh look, one can become 2. And looking from above, the phenomena of watching what happens here looks like a flame dividing to become twin flames. Here is where a spiritual unit makes a conscious decision to make 2 out of the 1. This is an act of creation. Reality fertilizes the spirit's substance with its own being, and a new reality is born out of itself. So here, in the cosmic game of life, we set up a multi-reflective identity from inside ourselves and outside ourselves. We create another half, and many questions arise from the longing to seek our other half, to seek our home. And both of these longings are propelling motions. They motivate us to move through our life seeking. Still on Tara's back, we now leave Delta Monoceratosis and gallop on to the stellar world of Procyon. And entering Procyon is like a great fall. We come into a fiery place that nearly burns through us with the consciousness and the spiritual fire of the place. And deep inside Procyon, there's a hot, lava-like magnetic material swirling. It doesn't burn us. This fiery red river is rather like a special dream stream. It's as if the twin flames really depart from each other here, creating and dreaming their separate ways. At this place in Procyon, we no longer sense our other half. We can only enter here alone, and a personal dream begins. The dream turns itself into a process of creation. We choose a personal destiny here. We define a pathway as a chain of experiences, and we follow those traces, and we start out towards the designated stages of the mystery play called life. In the core of this fire, the ideas of creation turn into a seemingly real flow of life. A life scenario is born here, and the sequence of our chosen roles on the cosmic stage begins, so that we, as individualized souls, may experience and get to know ourselves through our roles. These are the experiences that permeate our being, and we go through the lessons of temptations, failures, shadows. And yet, it's also an experience of the infinite light's creating power that works inside of us. The spiritual field of Procyon has an inner rule, the rule of aloneness, self-dependency, and the experience of the one-person creating process. Procyon is a little like the magician card of Toto, as the soul is given lessons of magic and trials and teachings to itself. Procyon is a world that's like a journey into a labyrinth. It's a school of initiation. And actually, this spiritual space is a personality creating energy. Here we can shape our personality, our individuality, while we create and get to know ourselves. Well, we get to know all that we want to express in this universe as an individual. The question we need to ask on Procyon is, what is it exactly that we are searching for inside of ourselves? Because if we can't ask clearly, we will keep roaming about. But finally, when we become one with the right question, we can reach the extremely powerful spiritual experience of the I am that I am consciousness. Next, Tara flies us from Procyon to the beautiful Pleiadian world of Alcyone, the great central sun that never leaves the light. Tara takes us to the Ra island of Alcyone, where the Akashic records are held. This is the place of answers. The fate that we would like to create can become visible here. We can start to understand the high-level correlations which have been arranging our life. This is a teaching and healing place. We can ask questions here. We can pray to the ring of priestesses on the Ra Islands when times are hard and we don't understand and we want some insight. We need some answers. Here on the Ra Island, we dive deeper into how to get answers and how to ask the questions that will get us our answers. Leaving Alcyone, we come to our sun, Solana. Tara dives to the third dimension from Alcyone through the gate of the sun. The holy ideas of divine intention are beams of light that are endowed with the power of creative imagination's manifestation. And these divinely encoded beams of light are always cast through the gate of the sun. Through the gate of the sun, we continue on Tara's back to the third dimensional twin stars in the Gemini constellation, Castor and Pollux. Castor and Pollux are two perfect opposites, shadow and light, yin and yang, so destabilizing when we swing from one opposite to another. Here we need to learn to come into the center. Here we're taught how to stand in the middle, how to bear the light and the dark. This is a learning process. We need to learn here that we are responsible for our creative dreams, that a dream is nothing else but a collection of waves of thoughts and feelings which are always motivated by creative intention. And we need to be able to control and rule our dreams to find balance. As humans, we have to measure ourselves compared to each other and compared to our inner value conceptions. And we have to find that center. This is our service. This is the bridge of the shift in collective consciousness towards a new elevated out-picturing of collective reality. It depends on each of us finding our center, our balance between the polarities. On Tara's back, we plunge from Castor and Pollux down into the center of the earth. The center of the earth, or of any planet or any stellar body, is an anchoring point. And here we anchor the creative dreams that want to be manifested. There's a wonderful sound at the core of each planet, and certainly at the core of Gaia, because each celestial body remembers and carries the existence of the 13 stellar nations. And the sound is an interweaving of the 13 nations as unique and different for each planet or star. It's always good in our creative visualization when we're looking for our dreams to project the images of the objects of our desires into the core of Gaia and ask for our dreams to be blessed here through the consciousness of Gaia. And here we also invoke the presence and contribution of the Augmentara nation, asking for help in the process of manifestation. Because the Unicorn nation teaches and connects our dreams with Mother Earth and her crystals through a golden thread, and that thread maintains the field that is necessary for the process of creation. Next, we ascend with Tara from the iron core crystal of Gaia up to the sixth-dimensional star of Sirius. There's a special holographic library here on Sirius A, a library of creation, an alphabet of creation. This is where the morphogenetic fields and energetic processes are born, that are the background contours of all creation. And on Sirius A, there's another special lake, just like there is on Fomalhaut. But this one is silvery blue with a yang quality, and it's made of a unique psychic substance. The writer can put their left hand on the lake of Sirius, while taking their right hand and drawing different symbols, energetic patterns, complex geometries. And then, if we have a creative dream, we can pray to the masters of Sirius for help and support, because they have been spiritual keepers and teachers of the solar system for a long time. And next, Tara takes us from Sirius A to the beautiful 8th dimensional world of Capella. Capella is a world of incredibly pure consciousness. It's a static world of infinite silence and peace. Here, the 9 spiritual tribes of the Ogmantara nation sit at a long table with a deeply concentrated consciousness, connected to Source, while listening to the dreams. It's as if their ears are pressed in the silence towards the galaxy, and they hear the creative conceptions of the collective consciousness of a planet's population, and they see if it has a place in the light texture of reality. Because here, from Capella, we ask permission to this council for creative processes to be realized. When we deeply long for something as individuals or a collective, when we want to set the steps of realization in motion, we turn to the Stellar Council of Capella in our souls and ask for permission and a heavenly blessing on the manifestation of the new creative concepts and plans that we carry in our hearts and our souls. And so, this is the pathway of Tara, the I Am, and our pathway as riders on Tara, finding our I Am by having dreams, by asking questions, by learning in the different dimensions what the process needs to be for creation, how to seek the answers, how to distinguish, how to manifest, how to draw a pathway in the sky of our own creation. As it is in the journey of life, some of us who may have put in our destiny strong unicorn codes, meaning that we wanted to help with the realization of dreams from our soul level, may have tired of this service or seen things from that perspective that made us want to leave being the keeper of the dreams and become the dreamers. So we may have slipped off Tara's back, off the back of I Am, to explore. And there are 2 other stellar worlds that were shown to Bayananico in 2008, which was the year of the unicorn in the divine plan of the years. And these stellar worlds revealed to show the nature of the lapses of the unicorn soul particle that some of you listening may have taken part in. The stellar world of Alpha Monoceratosis represents a part of our soul that has become tired of creating relationships for others. We grew weary of building the bridge that enabled 2 souls to be reunited on Delta Monoceratosis, where they had originally separated. So this unicorn soul particle watched souls come together, and they felt the beautiful catharsis that happens when divine unity is regained through completion with another. So there was a rest of desire to experience the mystery of sacred relationship. And they didn't want to just assist in uniting souls. They wanted to take part in the mystery of two becoming one together. And sometimes they witnessed the journey of two souls who they assisted very closely, and yet those souls ruin the beautiful and blessed opportunities that they created to create something divine together. And this further increased the restive urge to come into incarnation and be an example of how cosmic humans could enter and hold the soulmate relationship. That is so easy to see from the higher dimensional position on Delphomonosortosis. But it was perhaps a bit arrogant and judgmental to think that it would be as easy to hold this vision of perfection in the lower dimensional realms of the third dimensional planetary worlds. So this can mean, if this lapse was undertaken and you have Delphomonosortosis on your Antares code, and perhaps feel frustration in relationships, perhaps desire some kind of union, perhaps help so many friends come together, actually get married, create families, and yet somehow it doesn't work out for yourself. So this can be the explanation of failures or disappointments in this area of relationships. We may be carrying a stinging desire for completion, for sacred union, and yet some latent guilt or some feeling about leaving our post stops us. Another unicorn lapse can be experienced if we have a soul particle on 8 monoceratosis. And this represents where our souls left the post of service on the beautiful star of Fomalhaut and set out towards our own self-realization. This soul particle longed to create for itself, and later, when they had realized what they'd done, cycles of penitence set in, which set up a continuous freezing relating to our own creations, to our own existential being, our own financial needs. And it seems as if there's always something that interferes at the last moment, something that takes away what we've created and almost accomplished. So this is just the background truth that comes from a sense of guilt about creating our own happiness and abundance, if this is something that we hold inside our stellar incarnational history. Since the year 2008, the original year of the unicorn, we went through more years until 2021, where each stellar nation came forth into the collective consciousness or unconsciousness of humanity and showed us our lapses, showed us where we had left our intended destinies. And 2022 rolled around again as the year of the unicorn once more. But you know what? It followed 2021, which had been the year of the Holy Spirit. And in the year of the Holy Spirit, somewhere inside, we realized that we live within a great quantum field that upholds us, supports us, that connects everything. And in fact, that quantum field is the Holy Spirit. So when we came into 2022, year of the unicorn, we had the extra realization inside of us that creation happens in the quantum field of the Holy Spirit. And this allows us to traverse the dimensions, to traverse the different stellar worlds that we saw on the unicorn pathway, and to ask the questions anew, but to realize them from a larger vantage point. We're no longer just locked into the box of a third-dimensional planetary conception. We can now roam through the stellar fields and see the information that they have to offer us. We can see what our soul particles are doing, where they live, what they are aspiring to. What is the face of our own individual larger light bodies? And now, as we go forward in this great arc of evolution, we can say as often as we wish, Om Tara Om, Om Tara Om, I am that I am. We can re-realize our own intended divine destiny, the highest intention of the light that we set into our souls as creators on the star Algeti.